Now I'm going to speak about a probe which is marvelous but seldom used in India, international worldwide circumstances. And this probe is the small part probe of 3 dimension and the scrotal ultrasound 3 dimension probe. And we have been using it for the last 8 to 9 years in the earlier version of GE and the current version of Samsung machine. This is basically a linear probe with a very large surface, and this has the following components. You have a possible adapter attachment, the directioner, then you have the surface which is called the acoustic stack, and at this level you have the lens which makes the beam focusing. Then you have lot of flexible circuits inside this, and then all these flexible circuits with the wires become a miniature coaxial cable, and this comes through this wire, and on top of it there is something called a strain relief which protects this junction between a plastic component or a flexible component with a hard component and protects from wear and shear of the cable. And then you have the cable. As we look at the cable is connected to the adapter which goes into the ultrasound machine. It is like any other adapter or a cable, an interface between the peripheral and the central processing device. And on this you have a lock. You unlock it in this way, then pull the place out, then you see, and again you have a shield here. The importance of this shield here is so that the shear and the strain of a hard part and a soft part does not produce damage. And then you have a switch on and off which you can use it to lock and unlock it. The same thing when I show it this way. As I lock it and unlock it, you see the movements of this puncture. And then when you examine this, have you ever looked at this aspect of this thing? They are actually 240 interconnecting devices in which the image that is captured here is transferred into an electrical signal, then into a digital signal, and then it is transferred into the computer. Ultrasound is nothing but a computer, and then this is again transmitted to the computer. This is how we have for our printers or the USB cables, where this is an interface of passing and removing the cables. When it is attached like other ports in ultrasound, like a serial port or a parallel port, it's a communication device between this probe and this thing. And then you have a snugly fitting place. Once you fit the adapter to the machine, you fix it by rotating the lock and verify whether it's intact. And when you look at this shield, it is protecting the cable, and as you bring it up, there is a hook here which will help you to hold your cable and prevents the damage. This is what you should do and understand about your ultrasound probe. The interesting aspect is it's the 3-dimensional probe or the 4-dimensional probe, and it's the only probe in the country, and we at KrishnaIVF regularly use it for scrotal ultrasound. And the beauty of this small part 3-dimensional probe is it gives beautiful images about the testis and also about the epididymis, and it's a game changer in the field of scrotal ultrasound. And with time, lot of people will be using this probe. At this moment, except KrishnaIVF, very few centers in the country use this probe routinely, and this is a beautiful piece, and it should be used by more people for the patient to get the maximum possible benefit of that technology.